In the presence of a double killer, isn't he scary, Scott?
Actually, no.
Thou shalt not kill. That is something in law enforcement and military we struggle with, don't we?
You are a small town cop. You are a coward that can't even keep a job.
At this very moment, these Texas Rangers are sitting across one of their own, ex-police chief Timothy Dean. 7 days ago, Tim drove nearly halfway across the country from Texas to New York to commit a brutal double homicide, ending the life of an innocent couple.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they get you down as a cop killing double murder. It's not going to be good.
Tim Dean is a monster, cop killer, murderer.
A murder they believe was committed to hide a secret, one that had destroyed him financially, brought his relationship to ruins, turning their brother-in-arms into a monster.
Man slap me like that. Do it right now. I'll let you do it. Man slap me. Do it. You want me to man slap you? Quit trying to blame me. Quit trying to blame your daughter.
It's time to stop being a coward, Tim.
On October 22, 2018, just after 2 p.m., a Wayne County deputy was working an eviction on Carlton Street in Sodus, New York, when gunshots rang out down the block. He ran toward them, only to come across one of the most disturbing scenes of his career. A car had rolled backward into a driveway across the street, and in the driver's seat was a woman, shot in the head, 24-year-old Amber Washburn. In the back, still strapped into his car seat, was her son, clutching a box of chicken McNuggets and very clearly terrified. Unfortunately that day, his mom wouldn't be the only parent he'd lose. Because as EMS is called, the officer makes a startling discovery in a driveway nearby. 28-year-old Joshua Niles, the boy's father, and Amber's fiancé, lying dead, shot nearly 10 times. Joshua had grown up right here in Sodus. At 28, he'd just bought a home, started his own landscaping business, and was raising 3 kids. Amber was his fiancée, building that life alongside him. Strangely though, in the months leading up to these murders, Joshua had informed those around him if anything ever happened to him, they'd need to look into his ex, Charlene. So that's exactly what investigators did, and soon made an important breakthrough. License plate readers flagged a Michigan-plated rental heading south on I-390 about 90 minutes after the shooting. The name on that rental agreement belonged to a man named Timothy Dean, a former Texas police chief living some 1,700 miles away in the Panhandle, a man with no business being anywhere near Sodus, New York, except for one connection. Dean was Charlene's new husband, the man she'd married after her and Joshua's relationship fell apart. Digging deeper into Charlene's story, it became clear that she, Dean, and another police officer named Braun Bowler had colluded to kill Joshua. But why? To find out, Dean is brought in for an interview by the Texas Rangers, as they wonder how one of their own now finds himself to be on the other side of the law.
So when's the last time you heard from Charlie? Best of your recollection.
Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day she drove up there. Or what?
Did y'all pass each other on one?
Might have. I'm sure we probably did. I don't know.
Really? Y'all didn't see each other? No. Had to have at some point, you would think. If you went the same route. Is that the way she would have went to, you think?
Honestly, I don't have any idea.
Y'all really hadn't been talking that much up until then. How long have you been so estranged with him?
Like I said, since more or less her last visit was when it got real sideways.
And she lost custody, what, like August 15, 16? So what happened when you get arrested? Explain that to me. You get arrested. I guess the kids go visit in June. I understand all that. That's within a week. Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, right? I guess they were a planned visitation. I remember Charlie telling me that when school was out. And I guess sometime at that time their dad started, because of your arrest.
Because of our wonderful CPS worker, Drew, contacting them and saying, hey.
Oh,
Christina
I
contacted
didn't.
them and saying, hey.
That's how they found out.
You need to fight them for custody. We'll help you win.
I wasn't aware CPS contacted them.
Being a little too proactive.
Agreed.
And then he hired an attorney and y'all went to the summer.
He didn't hire an attorney. She went up there. She hired an attorney. I hired her an attorney.
You hired an attorney for Charlie?
And she went up there and
How'd you pay for it?
had to cash in my retirement.
So you spent your whole retirement on her attorney to fight for her kid?
My attorney,
For yours too? I know she didn't have one at that custody thing the other day or whatever that was.
because he wanted more money to do the custody deal. And, you know,
Who was it? Who was this?
Tim Turtle.
Oh, I don't remember. Or King. I've heard that name. They're expensive. Charlie wouldn't help you out with no money. She didn't have
Didn't
it.
have none.
So,
She loses like August 15th, 16th, I guess. Did you know that was when she lost custody?
Well, I knew she lost. The timeline is, I can't.
how did she react to losing custody?
Obviously not well.
Like anybody else? Yeah.
I mean, she's never not had the kid.
She blame you?
Probably.
I'm just, did she ever to your
Much,
face?
no.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Now, to understand what Dean is dancing around here, you have to rewind 5 months. In May of 2018, Dean was arrested for injury to a young victim and forced to resign as Sunray's chief of police. The fallout reached all the way to New York when a CPS worker flagged the case to Joshua, who fought for custody of his and Charlene's 2 kids, and won because of this incident. Dean here by this point had drained his entire life savings on a lawyer for Charlene's custody battle, which then became a tipping point. Charlene's plan, she'd claim, was to divorce Dean and win the children back that way. Dean had a different one altogether. Consider that for months, Charlene had filled his head with stories about Joshua, that he was abusive, that he sold drugs, that he'd once held a knife to her throat.
What did she ever tell you about her ex or Josh?
She told me all kinds of shit about it.
I have a good idea. She probably told me some similar things, but I just want to hear what she told you about it.
All the stories of him being abusive and putting a knife to her throat and selling and all kinds of shit.
Well, he wasn't.
Yeah.
What was he selling?
She said he sold. I don't know what he sold.
She had saw him do it and stuff when they were together, or how did she know?
You know,
Never asked.
she still has people up there that she talks to.
So what made you go up there and do that, man?
I didn't do it.
So you just happened to be in the car that you rented after you wrecked?
I ain't disputing that I was there.
Well, who did it then?
I don't know.
Did you see it? So you're there, you don't dispute that. You dispute you shut your cell phone off? Why'd you shut your cell phone off?
Because when I left for the same reason it was in that note.
Mm-hmm.
So where were you going?
Nowhere in particular.
How'd you wreck that car up there? Did you go to sleep or what?
No, I was making a U-turn and I went off this little narrow road. Went off in the grass and then come back around, and when I come back around it just slid. I didn't know the grass was wet, I guess.
Into a culvert or what?
Slid off into the other side and hit a piece of concrete.
Asked point blank why he drove to New York, Dean has an answer ready. He wasn't going there to hurt anyone. He was going there to end it, if you catch my drift. He'd written a note, he says, and pointed the car north to find somewhere far from home to do it, so that nobody who knew him would be the one to find his body. But there was a problem. On the way near Emporia, Kansas, he wrecked the rental making a U-turn into a culvert. The car got towed, and Dean had to scramble for a replacement to keep going. But that wreck did something Dean never initially accounted for, getting caught on camera. Because when he went to clear his belongings out of the totaled rental, it was right in view of CCTV, and it caught exactly what he was carrying. And if you love watching killers like Dean realize they aren't getting away, subscribe. It's literally all we do here.
So after you take your car, you get towed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you take all your stuff out the next day,
Mm-hmm.
and then where do you go?
To the motel.
Motel 6 there.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Enterprise the next day. The employer, they won't rent to you.
Correct.
And then where do you go? How do you get to Wichita?
I went back to the motel, and I didn't know who else to call, so I called Charlie when I wrecked. And
What'd she say?
she was like,
Mm.
so I kept trying to get people to see if I could find somebody to come get me, and nothing. So she came after she got off work and took me to get the other car. And
Charlie came from New York?
no,
She
was
was
in
here.
Dumas.
Oh, she was here in Dumas.
She was here.
At that time.
Or
Wherever she was.
somewhere in Cactus, I guess, working.
Yeah.
So she comes, drives up, and picks you up and takes you to Wichita to get the car? What car do you get in Wichita?
Some Hyundai, something or other.
Little silver one?
Mm-hmm.
When you turn it in and roll.
Yeah.
So when you trip up to New York, Charlie's here in Dumas or somewhere. So why drive all the way to New York to do what's in that letter?
I was originally gonna go see her uncle and see if I could talk to him and get him to talk some sense into her and maybe get her to ride this thing out with me.
And so what happens? You ever talk to the uncle?
Did you talk to anybody up there?
What's his name, the uncle up there?
His name's Jesse,
So why didn't Braun put you as a driver on that automobile?
because I had to be there
Oh,
and I couldn't
why is that?
because I was working.
Well, that's what he told you she was working. You know how you got down there to pick it up?
And when Charlie went,
You know. Did Charlie know what you were going to use the vehicle
she thought, I told her I needed it for work.
for? She didn't know you were going to drive it up to New York?
I didn't know I was going to drive it up to New York when I rented it.
Really? What made you drive it up there then?
Like I said, I was gonna go either see Jesse or I was kind of thinking about going to see her dad.
When did Charlie find out you were headed to New York?
I don't think I told her I was headed to New York.
Well, she just didn't come up there and pick you up from in Kansas and take you somewhere without her asking. I know Charlie better than that. Come on now. There ain't no way. She's giving you hell. I'm sure she was.
We don't, because us not talking that much.
She didn't ask you no questions.
She's like, doing out there? Driving.
She wasn't worried about you?
She was.
She asked you any questions when you got in the wreck?
What happened?
She asked you if you're okay.
That's good.
Some concern anyway. Was she already acting pretty different by then though? Was it a coldness kind of where it wasn't as close? Wouldn't want to be as intimate, all that kind of stuff? You could just tell? Had you ever seen that in any of your other relationships? Or had you ever done it? Had it happened to you before?
Yeah, it's happened to me before.
So when you get that car, do you start driving toward New York that day?
I went back to the motel.
Oh, and then for you.
Is that what you're talking about?
Mhm.
The replacement car?
What'd you have with you?
Work clothes. A case of Monster. And my backpack that's always in the car.
Is that like a little go bag or something?
Used to be. I used to have a med kit on it. shit too, but it's mostly just I usually keep a change of clothes in it, and that's where I keep my Excedrin and Imodium and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
I had all my tack gear just normally in my car, because I just move it from car to car to car.
How do you carry it?
That gray tote. I don't know if you looked in the car.
No, but I saw the tote when you were on video turning the car and stuff.
Were you carrying a handgun at that time?
19.
Your Glock 19?
Oh, what other weapons?
My AR was in the tote.
Shotgun or anything?
Shotgun was in the car too.
Is that the one that was in the garage or one in the?
That was the one in the garage.
Okay. Why'd you have it sitting in the garage today? Just curious.
I just never made it all the way into the house with it.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to leave it in the Jeep anymore. I was going to put it back in the safe, but I never made it.
The footage showed Dean hauling a large gray tub out of the wreck. Inside it, 2 handguns, a shotgun, an AR-15, body armor, and ammunition. Detectives believe that at least one of those guns was the murder weapon. Which brings us to the obvious problem with his story. If Dean was really going to commit unalive, why in the world did he need an arsenal and plate carrier to do it?
I mean, you know right and wrong. I see it in you. There's a reason you want to be a cop. There's a reason you'd like to be in the military. It draws a certain amount of people, does it not?
Not to mention,
Wouldn't you agree?
you gotta start getting some weight off your shoulders.
Dude, it's weighing you down.
It will eat you up. Help us understand.
I left home with the intention of going somewhere far away and putting a fucking bullet in my head so nobody that knows me would have to be the one to find me and work it.
Okay. What changed?
And I turned my phone off so nobody could call me and figure out what I was doing and try and talk me.
Okay. So what changed? What made it change to what happened that day?
If you think I'm going to sit here and say that I did that, you're crazy.
I think you're crazy if you don't, quite honestly. And well, Tim, I mean that.
Tim, it's not a question if you did it.
It's a question of why, and are you sorry? Do you think these 5 different detectives from New York drove down here for no reason?
I think they drove down here because they saw that I was in a car in New York.
They didn't.
Tim, yeah,
You think I got the FBI involved for no reason, Tim?
I had no idea why the FBI is here.
What happens when you drive to commit a crime?
I didn't drive to commit a crime. This is on the FBI's radar.
Do you think Charlie's gonna? She won't even respond to you right now. She's texting you within 2 hours, asking what? She's calling the school.
Sam,
Within
Casey, go get my kids.
2.5 hours.
It's not even on the news yet, Tim.
They don't even have a chance to make notification. They're not even hardly able to work the crime scene. They're still identifying evidence. I know what's going on in major crime scenes.
And that's a major crime scene. And it's not in a city where they handle homicide after homicide after homicide. It's in Sodus, New York, where, whoa, what just happened? Everybody ain't getting their heads wrapped around that deal.
But one thing about New York that's pretty apparent, they got a lot of damn video cameras. They've got a lot of license plate readers. And not only that, I know you were trying to avoid the roadways and stuff. There's other license plate readers out there. But damn sure in New York they got a bunch.
Tim, we're not even getting into the physical evidence.
Let's just say for chance, all the 9mm in your house, none of them match ballistically. Let's just say that. Do you think they don't have a strong circumstantial case right now on you?
Circumstantial.
Dude, but you do circumstantial like a puzzle. It is, dude, it is. Most good prosecutors will tell you it is better than a confession case. Because there is no way you can go 1,700 miles from here to here and all this, have the body camera, have the independent tow trucker. How do you think we know what you got? The tow truck people saw you when you unloaded the vehicle and stuff. Yeah, you know they did. I mean,
I know, because they had to keep my shit in their office to keep it safe.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Deputy had a body camera on.
I figured as much.
I mean, it's not rocket science here. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of how hard. And I'm telling you, they get you down as a cop killing double murder. It's not going to be good.
2 days before the murders, the Kansas deputy who responded to Dean's wreck had his body camera running, and on it, Dean volunteers that he's headed to see old friends in Upper New York. The tow operator remembered him too. He'd kept Dean's gear safe at the shop. Somehow, some way, this police chief with years and years of experience literally managed to check off every single box and paper trail in the dumb criminal checklist.
Let's just quit playing these games. I know you think you're gonna help yourself, but you're gonna talk yourself into not having a chance at freedom one day. And I guarantee, I know it in my heart. I know it because I've done too many of these. Do not let her throw you under the bus. You don't deserve it. If I put the good deeds you've tried to do in your life and what she's done, I know she is.
Try and get the kids back. Shit.
But if I put what you've done in your life and tried to do versus Charlie, come on now. You're a pretty loyal guy, aren't you?
I guess.
Do you cheat on women?
No.
Have you cheated on Christina or Charlie? That's what I mean, loyalty.
No.
Do you value loyalty?
Yes.
Why?
Were you a loyal employee when you were a cop?
You loyal to your parents? Loyal to people you care for, friends? You value that.
I'm telling you right now, that loyalty is the one time that's going to get you in a little bit of a pickle.
And it's probably going to cost Brown his career, at the very least. Now, I have offered him, if he has knowledge of this, and we'll talk, and I think he's going to do it. If I can clear him, I'll clear him, because I'm really about that, both ways. You know, he didn't do anything. And that's where I go. Now, my needle's a little bit closer to 5149 now than I was, because there's some evidence there that looks bad for him. It makes him look real bad. But I think he just kind of, I don't know, I'm going to say it the simplest way I can, I'm not going to say he took advantage of him. Is he a good friend?
Mm-hmm.
But it sure wouldn't hurt you if you wouldn't have gotten that wreck if your name wasn't on that round, would it?
What do you mean?
Because when I run your name through the database, or he did. Nothing popped originally because you didn't rent the vehicle from that agency, right?
I didn't think about that.
You weren't thinking that way. You see where it can look like a plan?
If I was thinking that way, would I have gone and rented another part of my name?
I got you. I got you on that. I understand. Okay. But if we've got that car in Sodas, you admit to being in Sodas, you're a Glock 9mm guy, we've got all these rounds there, obviously in a Glock firing pin. You're wearing the same jacket you're wearing on that video. Actually, 2 videos.
Witnesses describe you in that jacket.
One is pick you out of a photo array.
You can see the green hat inside your vehicle on the camera. The same green hat you were wearing to do the murder.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about?
I don't even own a green hat.
We can argue hat colors or whatever's on the head, but the dark hoodie or the black jacket and the hoodie.
Who doesn't have a dark hoodie?
You can argue that all you want, but you're going to try to say it's a coincidence. You travel up there, you have this guy lying, not put your name on there, and then you rent another one with this tack gear. Who the tack gear up there, Tim? Who?
I take it with.
Don't tell me that bullshit. You're full of shit. You want to put yourself out to be this tactical operator. You are a small-town cop. You are a coward that can't keep a job.
They got your.
You want to see somebody? You saw about 20 guys that are the real deal tonight. You're looking at 2 right here. You see what his shirt says? I come from the same freaking place, man. I've been in those houses when those guys wouldn't come out and didn't give up like a little like you did. It's exactly what I told them you were going to do. You want to be that cop. You tried. And you want to sit here and try to say you didn't do it? You will take the credit for it. You are going to let her manipulate you and screw you over into this. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think you would. That's exactly what she is doing to you. When she is not contacting you this week, don't you see the writing on the wall? Don't you? What, are you mad because I'm here as a man?
Do I look mad?
Scared. You look scared like you did earlier. I ain't in a car with a child in there with me, am I? That is a cowardly act, and you know it.
You're not putting that on me.
I know. You put it on yourself.
You
and
did
your dad
it,
is
Tim.
fixing to know it. Your mother's fixing to know it. The whole world's fixing to know it. You will never see your daughter again. They already know the videos out there, and you want to sit here and minimize that you didn't do anything wrong and try to put that on me? Man slap me like that. Right now, I'll let you do it. Man slap me. Do it. You want me to man slap you? I'll give you the shot. Do it. Why not? Because I'm not a little 3-year-old, 31-pound girl? Is that why? That is what you are.
It's time to stop being a coward, Tim. And for once in your life, own up to something you did.
Trying to blame me. Quit trying to blame your daughter. Quit trying to blame your first wife. You couldn't even. Could you? Could you?
Answer the question, Tim.
We've covered countless interrogations on this channel. Yet this is one of the very few where the detective stops working the suspect and simply unloads on him completely. His manhood, competence as a cop, courage, has been challenged and broken down at this point. Unfortunately though, as entertaining as it might be to watch, there's one big problem. Up until this point, detectives have completely forgotten to Mirandize Dean. Legally speaking, that means this entire interview is null and void once the case actually goes to trial, as Dean's interrogation will be suppressed.
Come on. Let's get past this. You gotta own up. For one time in your life, man up and let's do the right thing. Let's talk about what happened.
I would respect that. It's still wrong. I think everybody would.
We got your balaclava.
There's hairs in it.
Off your face. Tim, I'm telling you what, right now, I know it looks dark. We are throwing you your only lifeline, and that's to come clean and say, look, help us understand why it happened. There's not a question if you did it. There's no question. We are trying to understand why you did it. Are you a cold-blooded killer and a coward? Or were you going through a hard time and were depressed and not in your right mind and manipulated by a very oppressive, manipulating woman and did something to try to keep that marriage together because you screwed it up for her? I mean, it's one of the two. Help us understand why.
It takes courage to face mistakes. Let me ask you this. Do you think you were wrong when you slapped your daughter? I'm not talking guilt. I'm talking wrong. Do you think you were wrong? Seriously, I mean. Did you say yes?
Could there have been a better way?
I'm asking, were you
Yes.
wrong? Was it right or was it wrong? It's just a simple question.
I guess it was wrong.
What do you mean you guess? It either is or it isn't, isn't it? I mean,
Tim.
you've worked more domestics than I have. You've been to those. You've worked them. You can get the arrest. It's either right
If
or
I
it's
had
wrong.
hauled off and slapped her, yes, that's wrong. A little tap to
So
get
you're
the
just
attention.
go ahead, hit me how you think you did it. Like what you just did.
I'm
Just
not
go.
gonna-
I don't mind you. I'm not going to do anything. Just hit me like you. I mean, you just said like that. I mean, you can minimize it.
It
all
made the sound on the video.
It has nothing to do with
sounded
the
worse
sound.
than it was.
Do you remember what you said before?
No, I don't.
I'm going to snatch you up by your goddamn hair again. You've got corresponding text messages from Charlie prior to that you did that, or she's telling other people.
Tragically, this ranger has also seen the video behind that charge. In it, Dean was recorded with his own daughter, threatening to snatch her up by her hair, screaming into her face and then attacking her, which is nothing short of heartbreaking and a tragedy, especially when you consider the fact that this man was responsible for upholding the law. Not only that, but Dean's own father was a distinguished officer who had served for 30 years at Amarillo PD. Dean had all the right reasons to not turn out like this: his upbringing, his career, and his family. Yet he did.
So here's the deal. Look, I want to start over. Why do you go to New York? Well, let me ask you this. Why does Charlie, what do you and Charlie talk about why you go to New York?
She didn't know I was going to New York.
Tim.
She didn't know I was going to New York.
So you're doing this all on your own.
I didn't have a plan to go to New York. I didn't have a plan when I left the house. I was just going.
So you load your gun, and it's on your person.
Always.
You fill a tote.
Okay, yeah,
You fill a tote
I'm with you. I'm always
The
on.
tote stays full.
with 2 guns and a bulletproof vest.
It's been
How many
in my
people?
Jeep.
How many people do you know ride around with that in their personal car?
I don't.
Do you ever want to see something? I'm just going to tell you. Appears to be blood on the jacket. And on the hat, I guess is what that means. I said off your hat. And I want you to look right below that one. Charlie just confessed and implicated him. This ain't
Of
bullshit.
course she is.
Of course she will. She was not
She
gonna
can say
be
whatever she wants to.
That bugs me. I don't know, I'm OCD sometimes. See, that's some of my fault. See. Tim, when I tell you I can understand some of you, why do you think I can understand some of you? Why? Some similarities. All of us cops have some similarities. You understand? And this is something I've learned over years with experience in this job. You know what I mean? In a different time, in a different place, look at me. We could be friends, could we not? I think. Talking with you on the phone, don't you think?
Could have been.
We could have been. I'm definitely. I think you could have been friends with Scott real easy. We could have had a good time going out and shooting. I mean, doing a lot of things, couldn't we?
Shoot,
In
we're
law
chasing
enforcement,
together.
we would. A left turn here instead of a right, a difference here. Things can be different.
But Tim, let us help you a little bit. Where are we at, Tim? What happened?
And why?
I've already been in here way too long without my lawyer.
She confesses to saying, maybe we need to shoot them. And says that you say, I can make that happen. Now I know you know that happened. And now I know in your mind, you know she just confessed.
Who hasn't sat here and said, like, you know,
So you just happen to say you happen to be in town when this happens.
She confesses you did it.
Tim, your loyalty's gonna get you, man.
So you send a message. The kids will be fine. They will grieve for a time. Then bounce back.
that was her sending me that message.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. About what kids are you talking about?
She saw the posts on Facebook about what happened.
So you ever talk to Connie about this?
Yeah, a little bit.
While Dean sits there and gives them absolutely nothing, he has no idea that his lover and accomplice, Charlene, has already snitched. According to her, after the final custody hearing, she'd pitched the idea of shooting Joshua and Amber. Dean, in typical white knight fashion, replied, "I can make that happen," as Charlene reassured him over text about the children, saying, "They'll be fine. They'll grieve for a while, and then bounce back." Meaning, regardless of whether Dean wants to reply or not, he is frankly cooked.
Do you care?
Yeah.
Amber's 24, Josh is 28. No matter what little petty crimes they've been in trouble for, no matter if you're accused of something you did or didn't do, the people deserve that. So why the hell do you travel up there and do that to them? They got blood on your jacket, for God's sake. You know why? Because her window's down. Because
They don't.
you don't think so? It's not possible you got rid of that, huh? So where's that blood come from on your jacket? Is it yours? And how about the barclay they find? With the hairs in it. You better hope there ain't no root tip attached to it, huh? That's gonna be hard to explain away, isn't it?
Or just the DNA in the balaclava.
Yeah.
So you won't care if we take some DNA.
Would you give us a
compare it?
voluntary sample right now?
I already told you I want my attorney.
Okay, you're not under arrest for murder. You know that, right? At this point.
Okay.
Okay. And you think when you say attorney, when you're not under arrest for something, that starts something? No, you don't know the law. You don't know what you're talking about, and that's what you don't understand. You think you're so smart and so much smarter than everybody else.
I don't think that
Yes,
at
you
all.
do. You thought you could go do this in the middle of the day and you get away with it. But you know what? The thing is, you know, I'll give this to her. I actually disliked your wife more than you. And I'm still going to lean that way. But I will give her something. was faced with the overwhelming evidence,
She told the truth.
she is telling the truth. And guess who is going to have a chance to see her kids before she's old or ever again? Guess who? It's not going to be immediate gratification. And not only that, you're the one that actually pulled the trigger on these people. And you know it. It's in your eyes. Yes, it is.
It's all over your face.
There's no one in the world that would believe.
You're shaking your head not because you didn't do this. You're shaking your head because you're screwed.
And you never asked one reason why you were arrested tonight.
Keep in mind that at this point in the interrogation, these rangers already have a rough reconstruction of the scene. They believe that the following sequence of events is what occurred. Dean initially shot Joshua in the chest in his own driveway. Seconds later, Amber pulled in with their son in the back seat, so Dean turned and fired a single shot through her window, killing her where she sat. Then he went back to Joshua, who was still alive at that point, and started shooting once more. After which he fled the scene on foot, and somewhere along the way peeled off a black balaclava and threw it on the ground. This proved to be a disaster, amongst many others, because crime techs were able to pull DNA off of it and match it with Timothy's.